Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and I hope you're all okay. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane, let's get to it. So today I'm going to have a play and repurpose this mould for a Halloween make. I do believe it's supposed to be like a honey dripping down the sides of, like a honey jar with honey dripping down the sides. But I'm going to turn it into a cauldron with green, like green colour changing chameleon goo coming out of it. So I'll be using this for the goo, the green goo, which is a Kyma Cosmetic chameleon flake, which is the colour aquamarine. And then for the cauldron I'll be using, this is from Kyma Cosmetics again, which is a loose glitter and it's called Destiny. And this is what it looks like when it's backed with black, which is like a green kind of black. So I think that looked nice as the cauldron and the lid. So I'm going to be doing the lid, just the little handle bit, with the Let's Resin Silver metallic powder. As I think it gives it a nice, it's the best coverage I think for this kind of thing. So that's for that tiny little bit. Then the rest of the lid will be in this, and then all of the base of the, as I'm calling the cauldron now, will be in this as well. And then the slimy dribbly bits will be in the green. And hopefully it comes out nice. So let's get the silver bit done first in the lid. It should be a nice straightforward job, she says, but is anything ever go straight forward for me? I'm hoping it just goes straight into the lid and that's where it stays. So just pushing it in. Thankfully this silver does go on really nicely. So I've put a little bit extra in there and I can always wipe around the top in a second. But I just want to make sure that I've got all of it covered inside. And what I like about this metallic powder is it stays this colour when it's backed with black, which is why I opted for this in the first place. So that's that one. Quickly get my brush cleaner. I do find these metallic powders are a little harder to get out of the brush, which is why I always use the same brush which came with the set, just for these metallic powders. Right, now let's get some tape and press that over the area where I've just over brushed or it escaped. And most of it will come off this way, but I might just need to use a little bit of damp tissue just to get the rest off. But I'm not really that bothered if there's a little bit of overspill. So I'm going to try doing the glitter with this brush now and see where we get. Oh, that goes on nice. Oh, lovely. Shouldn't take too long to do it all. Excellent. Oh, that's lovely. Beautiful. Right, let's just have a look up there, see if we get full coverage. looks like it. So I'm just going to go around this around the edge here. Oh, stupid nails. Right, so there's the lid. What are you doing? So next up I'm going to do the green bit, as I don't want that getting into there first. So I'm going to turn it inside out. That's fine. Right. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a bugger again, isn't it? Like it's doing what it always does. Pulling over to where it wants to go, not where I want it to go, see? Oh, damn it. I love the flakes, but by crikey, they're a pain in the butt. I might need to rethink this. Right, bear with me. I'm going to see if I can find an actual powder which is better than of a similar colour, because I can't do it like this. It's just not going to work. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, good old Emma Cook Tiny Turner pigment come to the rescue. I'm going to use ether. Couldn't say that word then properly. So we'll use that one because I'm hoping that it's going to behave itself and not fly all over the place like the flakes do. So let's grab that brush away, and I'm going to use my regular one that comes with my Let's Resin brushes. And let's get this one, hopefully, where it's supposed to be. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it, already? So it's pulling away a little bit, but I can clean that up easier than I can the flakes. So I'm going to fast forward through this so you don't have to watch me just painting on this at normal speed. And I shall speak to you again shortly. Right, that's covered nicely. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean up and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I'll clean that up. Looks a bit better than it did. There's obviously a few little bits that are probably still lurking, but it'll be fine. So now I'm just going to completely cover everything on the inside with this. And be back once I've done that then. Right, so I think that's pretty much as I can get on this now. It's pretty covered. Right. So things first, let me just close close this before it gets knocked everywhere. And I'm just going to clean up this glitter and I'll be right back. Okay, so now all we need to do is flip this back right way around. Hopefully it won't dislodge too much of the colouring. And there we go. Right, let's have a look. Yes, it did move some of it. Mesh it, blend it in a bit. Let me just grab my brush. Just going around the edge because it's knocked some of the colour off there, but I'm not too bothered. Nope, took quite a bit off down there, so I'm going to have to get the colour back in there. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right. So I think I've added most of what's come off back on now. Maybe a couple of little areas that aren't quite covered, but I can't quite get the brush in there. So hopefully it'll be fine. Okay, right, so I'm going to mix up some resin. So this is the resin I'm going to use. This was sent to me by Resiners. It's a nice resin. I quite liked using it last time. We're using some of this Deco Rom resin dye paste for epoxy resin in black. Not used that before, so it'd be nice to see how that comes out as well. So mix my resin up and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I mixed that up with my Stereo resin, automatic resin mixer. It automatically mixes it for 4 minutes. Fantastic machine device. The AI mixes it for 4 minutes backwards and forwards, like reverses and what's it. So that's, I love it. Absolutely saves me so much pain in my hands. So I added some of the black pigment. I forgot to press record when I did that, sorry. I just squirted a little bit in and it's quite black. So all I'm doing at the moment is just scraping the bottom, making sure I've got any pigment down the bottom that might not have mixed in. But it seems to be fully mixed. So I'm happy with that. So next up, we're going to pour into the moulds. I did warm my resin up on my heat mat while I was putting the glitter and the powder on, as it's quite chilly in my studio overnight and the resins are staying cool along. They're getting cold, so just needed to make sure it was easy and easy to and the bubbles will come to the top easier. So I'm just gonna pour it into here and hope for the best. I'm hoping I made enough up, but going by this lid seems to be taking quite a bit. I mixed up 6 ounces. I mixed up 6 ounces and the lid has just taken 1.5. Wow. So I'm going to have to possibly rethink and make some more because I don't think I'm going to have enough. So I'm just going to slowly move that out of the way onto my heat mat. So let's pour this in here and see how much more I'm going to need. only just got up to halfway up the mould. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna mix up a bit more resin and be right back. So I've mixed up another nearly 4.5 ounces. There's some more bubbles in it again because of, like I say, the resin is cold, but I warmed it up and it is degassing quite easily, thankfully. So now I'm going to just get this poured into here because this one is starting to warm up already. So hopefully the colours are very similar and that you won't notice if they're not the same colour, is what I was trying to say. Okay, I've got this filled up mostly now. What I'm going to do is transfer it over onto my heat mat, which is where my leveling table, sorry. And I shall be back for the demould. See you soon. So I decided I want my cauldron to have some glowing bubbles oozing out the top as well. So I bought these glow powders several years ago, so I have no idea where they came from. They're not great at glowing, but I think they'll do the trick for what I need them to do. So I'm using Teexpert Fast Cure 4-hour Fast Cure epoxy, as I need them to set up quite quickly, hence all the bubbles. But because I'm making bubbles, I'm not bothered about bubbles in the resin. So I'm going to put some of the green one in, which glows green, and then I'm going to put some of this white one in, which also glows green, but this has got a stronger glow to it than this one. So I'm hoping that they'll both mingle nice together. This is what it'll look like with just this, so I'm hoping that the white won't interfere with the colour too much, but because it being a powder it might clump, so I'm a bit worried about that. And because of it's also a powder, not a pigment, it might sink. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit of Elmer's glue after I've mixed in the powder. So first things first, get a spoon. I have no idea how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to be a big spoon and plonk it on the top for now. And grab my stirrer and mix that in first. So obviously we don't want it completely opaque because we want to be able to see through the lights coming through it from underneath, because I'm going to put lights underneath, sorry, inside the cauldron. So that's a really nice colour, but once it's on in the little ball mould, this is the mould I'll be using, by the way. Just a random one that came in a mixed lot of mould mystery bag kind of thing. So that's the green. Let's try and add in some of this white. This white one does have a bit of a tendency to clump a bit more than the green one, so I'm trying to squash it a bit. And hope for the best. I don't want any more of the white. So unfortunately there are a few little clumps in there. But if I just squash them up the side, they tend to squish mostly. But again, I'm not too bothered by them. They'll just look like bubbles. But I'm going to add another green, just for the colour mainly. And I think that would be quite enough. Not quite sure how this is going to come out. Hoping it'll be okay. Right. Now what I did want to add in a little bit of is this stuff. Now I bought this again years ago when I was card making. This is from Crafting Oceans. Don't know if they're still a company or not. It's called Stellar Flash. And I'm going to work out how to get into it now. It's just little, it's like the, what's it called? Angelina fibres, them kind of things. But it's just little tiny pieces of like glittery, not paved, it's just glittery stuff, sparkly stuff. So we'll add that, 2 spoons of that I think should be quite sufficient. We don't need a lot, it's just to add a little bit of extra sparkle hopefully. If they'll even show up in there. So, as this is a 4-hour cure, it's starting to get thick. It's not warm, it's just thickening up. So I'm going to take out the spoon, stirrer. This thing, oh, words are just so hard, guys. And I'm just going to splodge it in. I have no idea how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to fill them all up and then use whatever I have left over for something else. I'm sure I'll find some use for them. Doesn't take much to fill them up, that's for sure. Nearly got that last one filled up. So, last 2, sorry. Let's just top them up now. Right, I shall see you once these have cured up for the demould. I'm sorry, I forgot to push. I thought I'd push record, but I hadn't. But basically, I've demoulded it. It came out really easy, which was nice. Made a nice change. And I got all excited because the lid fits perfectly. And I shouted out and said all this, and then I realised I hadn't pressed record. So, there's the lid. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice. I love the colours of it. It's like a steely blue and then green when you look more directly at it. The silver came out perfect. In fact, the whole lid came out perfect. Not a single bubble inside, which I'm really happy about. And then, there's the bottom. I got a dimple in the bottom because I was messing around trying to test if it was cured, and it wasn't, obviously. And it left a dimple, so, but that's fine. Don't see the bottom. But look how nice the cauldron bit looks. Really cool. We'll wait for this. Look at that green. Oh, that is beautiful. And I like how it's not completely covered on the cauldron part properly, because it makes me think that it's more aged. I absolutely love this. Absolutely beautiful, and it looks really nice inside as well. Not sure what you're getting to see there, but it's beautiful. So as I was saying, the lid absolutely fits perfectly. I'm really chuffed with that. So had a little idea, because cauldrons normally have handles, or a big handle, but this is a big cauldron, so it would have side handles. So I got some hangy hooks for the back of wool resin pieces, decorations, and I thought maybe these would look cool on the side. So if I put one there, kind of, yeah, what do you think? Obviously you can't tell me, but if I try and work out where there's a gap either side perfectly together, if I put one there, a little bit further down, and then the other one that side, I think that look kind of cute. It's not necessary, but it just makes it look more like a cauldron then. So what I'm going to quickly do is actually mark where I've just put that one, because otherwise I'm going to forget where I put it and be very annoyed when I can't remember where it goes. So if I just mark there and do the same, roughly about the same height on this side. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Yeah, it's about the same. I'll just mark a little bit there. So let's just check, are we about the same length away? Hold it like that, and then, yay! So, what I'm going to do is sit my cauldron on my lid there a minute, get a pointy thing and just make a quick, like, little poke in it. So my drill's got somewhere to start, so it doesn't go skating around all over the place. Well, that's the idea anyway. So, doesn't need to be very deep. Just one. And two. Yep, done all that fine. So I'm just going to start off the hole, because the resin's still quite newly set. It's not completely set yet. It should hold nicely. So I'm just going to hold that there a minute. Screw in like that. And there we go, that's going nowhere. Excellent. So now we'll do the other side. And there we go again, little handles. Oh, they're so cute. Adorable. Next time I come back, I'll have the balls ready to demould and pop in. We'll finish making this cauldron. These are all cured up now, so just going to pop them all out into this little holder tub for now. Pop out nice and simply. I like nice easy demoulds. Look at that. Poppity pop. Oh, they just look like little grapes. Right, so that's that. Oh, look at them. Little grapes. Let's put them on my hand so you can see the colour properly. Oh, look at those. They're pretty. I don't normally like green, but that's a really cool green. Right. Now, what I thought would be a good idea would be to get a piece of heat. This is heat resistant acetate. Again, something that I what's the word? I bought, sorry, when I was card making, and I thought what would be good is to draw around the lid so that I can try and make it so that it sits on the top or just inside the in the rim, and just put a couple on the side so that they go over, kind of thing, and draw around, kind of around. There we go. Over there, tickety-boo. Sandpaper, get me acetate and scuff it up a bit. One, so I can see where it is, and secondly, and the most important, so the glue will stick to it. Or as I'm using UV resin. Come here. So there we go. It's all rough and come back here. Oh, buggers. Let's pop it down there. Get out of the way, bowl. Stop rolling away, you naughty things. Gosh, I might not have made enough. I'm hoping I've made enough. So just kind of making a rough kind of circle. Right, where is it? So I'm going to try using some of this glow-in-the-dark UV resin, the from Lightwish that I used recently in a video. I'm just squirting some down in between, just letting it run in between them all and over the tops a little bit, just so that they all hold together. Come out a little bit. A bit more in that one. Right. And I'm going to give that a quick blast with my little torch. Ooh, look at that glow. Ooh, that's cool. Sit that there a minute. How are we doing? Right, oh, look at the glow on that. That's cool. Right. So what I want to do now is try and layer them up a little bit. Right. Squirt a bit underneath like so, because they've got a dip in them, so with luck they will just hold. Now the question is that enough? Is it enough? Not enough? Don't know. Let's have a look if it fits on the top for starters. Oh, it does fit. There we go. That's cool. I'm just going to fill in around the edges of the acetate then. Oh, my light's almost dead again. Let's charge that one back up again. Right, let's just fill in a few little bits. Right, I'm going to stick this into the double-sided queuing machine now for a good 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I added that random one that I did a test on earlier. It hasn't got all the rest in, but it just makes it look a little bit more even. So now that just sits on the top. It wobbles a bit, obviously. So that sits nicely on top there. Like so. You can have it whichever way around you like, obviously. You can have the little lid leaning up against it. I will get some pictures of it once I've finished it all. And I bought these, I'm not sure if you remember me getting these from either Temu or AliExpress. It's in one of my haul videos. They're just some little LED lights, and I just thought these would look nice in the bottom. I got the white ones because I think they'll work better. I've just got to work out how to there we are, unravel them all a bit. Okay. Just unravelling them so I can screw them up a little bit. I know that sounds silly, but the colour would distribute a bit better. Not the colour, the light. So I'll turn that on, pop it in the bottom, scrunch the lights in the bottom, get in there, get in, you little fiends. And then we'll put the lid on, and then obviously you can't see at the moment, but it will shine. But like I said, I've got no light. I can't turn the lights off, but you can see a little bit of the light coming through. So yeah, that's that make. That's there. I'm just going to turn that off for now. Pop those back in there so we can have it like so. You can't see the lights with this lid on, but that's fine. And then we've got a nice little goo as well. So I'll add some pictures at the end like I normally do, because I just can't get decent pictures in here. So thank you for staying and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to all of my subscribers, my channel members, and any of the suppliers who send me products to test and share with you all. I do have links in my description and discount codes for quite a few different companies who I've worked with. So thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back soon, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.